Welcome to the Sunday Dinner Podcast.
The Sunday Dinner Chef will make you feel fine. Sit down, let's have a drink and enjoy the show.
Welcome back. I am Tom, the Sunday Dinner Chef, and today on the podcast, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be discussing the Monument Grill GS22. Now, this was sent out to me. When I back in March, I cooked for them out in Las Vegas, out here at the convention center. It was me and a bunch of other chefs that were invited out to give it a whirl. And their machines, first time I ever cooked on one, and that was the Denali 605. And then this is when they kicked off the Emirates series, different grills. These grills are fantastic. Okay, now they sent me out to G22 because that's what I asked for. Where I live, I'm restricted as far as what I can do on the balcony and stuff like that. Now, I already have a smoker, but I wanted this compact thing and not to do traditional grills, okay? In other words, I didn't want to be doing, hamburgers, hot dogs, and that sort of fashion. I wanted to be able to cook like I used to cook in the restaurant. So, with that said, today what I wanted to do is I wanted this thing to show exactly the temperature it gets to, the durability of it, how fast the heat comes up, and best way to do this, I made a pizza, okay? I'm perfecting a dough for living out in the desert out here because there is no humidity or very little. Also, I made from the same dough, I made a square pizza and also a loaf of Italian bread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on here and I'm going to show you step by step what I did and how this G22, I mean, it's a beast. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to be making a margarita pizza, like I said, on the Monument Grill with my new stone that fits perfectly. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to get this thing up to at least 650 degrees. That's what it did on my burn off. I'm letting the dough right now get to room temperature, okay? And then I'm going to split this in half because I got to make a smaller pizza. So it's going to be like a probably maybe 11 by 14 or in that area. Let's put it that way. To fit on the stone. Now this is a ceramic stone. It's supposed to be non-stick, so it's going to work out well. But what I did was how I'm going to lay it out. I took my pan. Let me see if I can flip it over here. I took one of my quarter pans, okay, and I put parchment paper on the back. Now, doing this, I took it and let me zoom back in. I took it and I wet the parchment and I cut it out out of it so it would fit on here. So the whole premise of this is to take the dough, put the dough onto the pan, and then layer the dough over. I'm going to just push it over to the side and just let it fall off. Now, this is going to be a margarita, so why not use fresh plum tomatoes? I'm going to see if I can slice these as thin as I can. I'm going to be putting on some block mozzarella cheese, and then when it's finished, I'm going to finish it with some basil. So let's get cutting these little tomatoes. Let me see how thin I can get them. Now this grill is fantastic. I mean, it gets up pretty hot, and it's going to be great for exactly what I want to be doing with it. Now, like I said before, I don't want to be doing any kind of traditional hamburgers and hot dogs. I'm going to do some chicken and stuff on it, but I'm going to do some pork steaks, and I'm going to make different types of dinners on it. So let me get rid of this side over here. And just slice these a little thicker than what I want it, but I'm trying not to squeeze most of the pulp out of the tomato because I want that on the pizza itself. So margarita is simple. It's just tomato and basil. I am going to add a little Parmesan cheese to it just to give it a little bit more flavor to it. And yep, that's how it's going to go. Alright, now the dough has to be warmed up a little bit to room temperature. It's quite cold. So I had it out of the refrigerator probably about 30 minutes now. So what I'm going to do is just going to slap it onto the board there. And with my dough scraper, okay, I'm going to take it and I just eyeball it and cut it in half. Now think what I'm talking about here is I'm going to make some bread on here too. I just want to see how it's going to turn out. But with this dough right here, I'm going to split this again in half. Come on, dough. I don't want to add no more flour to it, okay? Because the recipe that I'm following, all right, that I come up with myself, actually is no more dough. No more flour added to it. Okay, so I'm just gonna set these off to the side. This I'm gonna recover it, okay, and let the peaches cook out, and then I'm gonna add mold this up into a loaf. I just want it to rise a little bit more. It's still very cold. If I take my, let's see, if I take my thermometer, that says room temperature here, okay, is 79, 78 degrees, okay. Now if I take it and stick it dead into the dough, the dough is 61 degrees, okay, 60. All right, it's going to drop down a little bit, 59. So it is way too cold. It is probably 20 degrees off from where I want it to be. So I'm just going to let this sit a little bit. But also, even with the pizza dough, I want to get some more air into it. So I will literally, okay, just pull this off a little bit, fold it into itself. I'm going to get some air into it. Okay, and here we go. All right, a little tip here. If you do happen to have a hard time forming the dough, okay, make it into a square or a circle, I start out with this little bowl, I invert it, and then I'll take my dough. This is really fluffy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on and just let it sit there and push from the middle and push it out. Okay. Let it sit. Okay, got the Monument Grill starting to heat up. I got my ceramic pizza stone on there, or breadstone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this and I'm going to let this get up to temperature. Okay, while my G22 is warming up, getting that stone hot, I'm going to start dressing the pizza. So, like I said, these are cut kind of thick. I wish I could have cut them a little thinner, but that's fine. It'll all work out. Now, this is a margarita, and what I'm doing is, I didn't cut them too good, did I? What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be laying out these tomatoes on here. And then I'm going to be putting the cheese on them. I'm going to save the basil for last because I don't want the basil to burn. I want that nice fresh crispness of basil. Okay. Put this here like that. Now this is going to be a true tomato pie. Alright, let me move these over a little bit, rearrange them. This dough is so fluffy. This is the new way I'm doing it. It's more hydrated. And I let it sit for 2 days. And I tell you one thing, it really looks good. What I'm going to be doing later on is, let me just show you. A nice loaf of Italian bread. Okay, then I'm going to be putting some sesame seed on, letting this proof up. And as soon as the pizza's done, we're going to make bread on the G22. Great little machine. some Parmesan. I'm going to sprinkle on first. This would be really good with, this is freshly ground, by the way. And this would be really good with some pecorino. Last time I went to the store, I couldn't find it. So, all right. Now, we have sliced mozzarella. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put that, you know what, I'm going to rip this up a little bit. Put them on a little closer. Put them up like that. I'm kind of excited to be doing this on the G22. This is exactly what I wanted it for, okay? Not just to make traditional hamburgers and hot dogs. I know I say that all the time, but just to be able to cook some regular food out on a grill, like I used to do back in the day, and I'll tell you, you can't go wrong with it. Now, let me throw some cheese on the outer layer. Maria's checking the temperature for me outside on the grill. It's 350 right now. Now it's only been on maybe 7-8 minutes. So yeah, it heats up pretty good. Now I use what I'm allowed to use anyway is a 1 pound container, you know, a gas container where I live. In fact, they even frown on that, but hey, it is what it is. All right, I'm going to find some I got some crushed basil that I'm going to put on. Here, smell that. But it smells good. I just put a little bit over on here. Now, next time I do this, I'm probably going to make another margarita, but I'm going to do a stuffed crust with it. I'm going to mix up some homemade regatta cheese, and I'm going to stuff the crust with it. So, now this is from our patio garden, and I don't like to put this on, you know, right now because it will burn. I like it to rip it up on it after the pizza is done. So, pizza is ready to go as soon as we're up to over 600 degrees. Okay, pizza's ready to go on. We're just waiting. It's at 500 degrees right now, the grill. So this is ready to go. It's all seasoned up. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to be taking my pizza peel and I'm just going to spread some olive oil on it, just so that when it is done, I can be able to pull the parchment off the stone onto here and then back onto this round pizza pan to transport it back inside. Now, as this G22 is heating up, it is now a little bit past, it's probably about 525 right now. We want to get it up just around 600, a little bit hotter than 550. Now, I am going to leave a link at the bottom of this. So if you would like to get this smaller G22, it's perfect for where I live. I don't have to be bothered with, moving around. It cleans up really nice. Pack it away, put it in a closet. Whenever I want to use it, it's right there. So if you're stuck for space, this thing is fantastic. And I got to tell you, it's powerful. I mean, it underneath, if you can see underneath here, it's not warm at all. And this is on a plastic table, okay, plastic top table. It's phenomenal. So after burning it off, I ran it up to, it went up to 650 degrees. Now, the only reason why I would do this is to make pizza or to make bread. So I have other things that I'm going to be planning to do with this. I'm going to be cooking, I'm going to do some Oriental cooking on it, a lot of different things. So I'm excited to have it, and like I said, I'll leave a link down below. It's a great company to work with, great company to deal with, and you know what? I'm loving it. Now, as you can see right here, I have little patio garden going, and we got some tomato plants going up. We got some basil, a lot of different things. I even have an orange tree. I threw the seed in, and Marie's taking care of it from there. So we got a lot of different things coming up. Got a lot of basil plants, some pepper plants, a lot of different stuff. Also, everything that we're going to be growing, okay, I am going to be cooking right on this bad boy right here. All right. Okay, it is showtime. I recommend not opening this. Ooh, that joker's hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and put it right on to the stone. I'm going to close it and let it go. Now another great feature of this GS22 is you don't have to open it to look inside. You got the see-through glass, which is phenomenal. Temperature dropped back down to about 525. And there it is right there. And when that starts browning up again, we'll take another look at it. But look at that right there. Look how that dough is rising up. Alright, see you in about 22 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to take this now and spin it around a little bit. And close it up. This bad boy's almost done. Okay, bread's in. Let it cook. Okay, pizza is done. And it's got a little crispiness on the bottom, but that's what you expect from, and I'll show you once I cut it. But that's what you expect for doing it on the grill. You really got to watch it. I'm going to just bust up some basil on here. The G22 did it was a phenomenal job. I got the bread cooking right now. In there, you need to get one. Even if you do camping or whatever, or you don't want to spend a ton of money on it. It is reasonably priced. They got a lot of good things that go with it. Okay, try it out. Check it out. Like I said, I'll leave the link down in the description box, and just gonna let this cool down a little bit. And we're going to bite into this because you know what? It is good. I mean, just look how this right here turned out. Now that was towards the back of it. I should have spun it around a little bit earlier. But I love basil, and this is going to be something else. Okay. Okay. Just the crunchiness. Oh my God. I'm going to take a smaller one here and put it up. Whew, still screaming hot. Now, like I said, the bottom did get a little charred on it. Okay. But that's typical of a square pizza, and let me give it a taste. Oh man, excellent. You want to end? Marie's going to give it a try, and yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's screaming hot, so I should have waited a little bit. Okay. Here was the problem I had with this. The stone gets so hot, all right? 600 degrees may not be the answer to making bread and also pizza. Although the pizza was on parchment paper, and I had to get it off. Didn't have the right utensils. I'm not making excuses, but I'm telling you, as far as the Monument G22, it's a #1 hit for me. Oh, now it gives me something to work with. I got the bread here that came up a little charred, but I'm going to cut this, okay? This is traditionally rustic bread. I mean, in an open flame scenario. So we're going to wait a little bit and we're going to cut this open. Okay, let's see what's going on with this bread. Now this is still pretty warm. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it just to see what the inside looks like. Now, this looks charred and stuff on the outside. Bottom looks pretty, looks burnt. It is, but rustic bread, okay, this is the way it comes out. I will get this down, believe me, okay? But I just wanted to start. Wow, look at that. Look at that. That is fantastic. Nice some butter on here or some regatta cheese spread on it. All right, still needs to be cooled off a little bit. I don't want to cut it. It's still warm to the touch. But look at this piece right here. That's the end. Look at the air bubbles that was in that dough. Now, I'm going to bust this one in half. This is my kind of bread right here. Wow. Yeah. Couple things. The stone that I got that fits perfectly on the G22, that worked fantastic. My fault for not paying attention to it, moving the stuff around a little bit more. 600 degrees. This was hot. And I got to tell you, just look at that. Look at the air pockets in here in this bread and stuff. And doesn't taste burnt, that's for sure. The pizza was fantastic. Now, this right here, okay, now this is cooled down quite a bit, all right, and that's the bottom of it. What actually happened was this pizza stone called to use parchment paper on it, so that's what I did. Normally I don't. All right, I'll either oil the pan up really good and go from there. But what happened was I put a layer of olive oil on here. Now, I'm not making excuses. This is trial and error, and you know, this is the pilot's fault, not the machinery. I put a little bit too much olive oil on there, and it leached off the pizza, and that's what started it. Okay, and then what I did was I put this back down on it instead of wiping it down because I have no patience. All right. So this feels very light, but it does also feel a little dense to me. So yeah, I will perfect this, believe you me. Okay, there you have it. A couple things. This little G22 gets there. Okay, I'm totally happy with it. The heat that was put out by it, okay? Now, I didn't compensate for the stone to hold the heat as much as it does. So, a little trial and error right there, but I tell you what, the Monument G22, if you can, check it in the description box down here. Get a hold of Monument. There you have a great customer service. Also, they have great people to deal with. You'll get your answers that you want. Now, they have a great line of grills. The Eminence right now is out there, and that thing is a mighty grill. So, getting back to the breads and stuff like that, it was char, okay? That's what I was looking for. Maybe I went a little overboard in some spots, but I got to tell you, after everything had cooled down, I tried the bread again, and I'll tell you what, I will be doing this again. Now, is it going to come out perfect every time? Well, I'm working on it, but you know what? I don't really care. The bread inside the pizza dough was fantastic, light, airy, and it depends on how you put your toppings on. Okay, makes a big difference also. So I might have had a little overkill with the cheese, but there again, trial and error. It was so light and fluffy, okay, and that char on the bottom, just as if you came out of a gas-fired oven. As far as a pizzeria is concerned, even a wood-fired oven. The heat was there. Monument Grill cleaned up really good. I was I get a little crazy with it. I put tin foil inside the whole bit. But I tell you what, I'll keep talking about this. And I have other cooks that I'm going to be doing with that particular grill because it is convenient. It is very handy, cleans up real good. I use a 1 pound canister. So now between the bread and also the pizza, heating up the stone, they say, you know, the stone, I got it off of Amazon. Great. It's ceramic on top. It also has got the pizza stone underneath. So this was supposed to be a non-stick glaze that's on top of it. I'm going to make some other stuff on there. It held the heat. Matter of fact, it held the heat too good as far as it was concerned. Now, whenever you do any kind of open flame cooking, like I just did, and intense heat, as soon as I opened it and I put the pizza on, close it back up again, so it went from 600 degrees even, okay, and it dropped down to 525, in between 25 and 50, okay. It doesn't give you the accurate number on it, but you know, the thermostat works really well in there. So I cooked it maybe a little bit too long. I didn't flip around too much. Trial and error. Great thing about the Monument G22 is the glass. You can actually see what's going on. I look in the front of it, I could see like around the edges, it was starting to get a little crispy. But then when I looked down into the glass, I could see the back was starting to brown up really good. Olive oil I put on, probably too much. That leached down onto the parchment, onto the stone, and then it started to smoke a little bit more than what I wanted it to. So, like I said, trial and error. I cannot wait to do some rice in here, like a rice pilaf. I'm going to do a nice rib roast in it, and that's the kind of cooks that I want to be doing. As far as the bread's concerned, bread came out really, really good. This, like I said, this is a new type of dough that I'm doing. And I compiled a couple different recipes from YouTubers, and I took little bits from each one of them, and I put it together my way, okay? On a conventional stove, my oven struggles to get to 500 degrees, okay? Even the burners on top are much lower. It doesn't put out that many BTUs, doesn't put out that big of a flame on it. So I really got to let the pans heat up and do all that stuff. And I'm not making excuses, okay? But the first time out with the G22, Monument G22, fantastic. If you don't have one, you got to get one. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's not a flimsy little, two burner portable grill like the rest of them that are out on the market. This thing's a beast. I'm telling you, the heat, the way it holds the heat, even underneath. Now I put my hand up underneath there. That was on a plastic table. In other words, it has the fake weave, like a wicker, but it was plastic. I mean, it's fine. I can hold my hand underneath there for a long time, and it just doesn't heat up. That's the quality of these Monument grills, how they're built and stuff like that. All right, I'm windbagging a little bit too much. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you listening to the podcast. This is going to be new. I'm going to try to do one either every Friday or every other Friday, depending on my schedule, with my other channels that I'm starting out. If you can, go over to my new channel. It's called Fire, Cook, Eat, Repeat. I'm making a cookbook, and what I'm doing is I'm coming up once a month, coming up with new recipes, and I want you, the viewer, to name them. Plain and simple. And what I'll do is it's going to be a digital cookbook, and then I'm going to have it printed out. But you'll have your name in the cookbook if you come up with a great recipe, title, and name for it. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I am Tom, the Sunday Dinner Chef, and every Sunday, check in. I have a great Sunday dinners, traditionally. That's my go-to right there. So, all right, everybody, stay safe. Thank you for watching. Talk to you next time.
The Sunday Dinner Chef will always care for you.